There's a quote, I'm looking, and it says here, what we see and what we hear are small things compared to what we think. And I do not remember when I wrote this down, but that is very powerful. I'll repeat it again. I said, what we see and what we hear are small things compared to what we think. Wow. I mean, what we think is a compilation of those things. What we see and what we hear are small things. Like what we think at the end of the day, that's what makes us make the decision. That's the last. You know, you ever like getting ready to make a decision, you're like, I don't know, and then your mind has to choose. You have to make up your mind. You ever see someone say, come on, make up your mind. Like you that's the last. I'm not a neurosurgeon, you know, I'm not a doctor, but I do feel like that's the final decision-making process. Like you have to make up your mind. So that's amazing. Wow. And you know, in regards to what we see and what we hear, I feel like I've always been good at filtering. Whether or not I'm listening to something, watching something, I like to look at it from I'm getting information, and the information that I feel like is good, I let it simmer. I might watch it again. Might screen record that specific part, but the information I don't feel like is necessary, it really leaves me. Like I really, you know, if I do find myself, there are times I find myself like, okay, I thought this was good, but turns out it's not. So let me just stay away from that. So I try to distance myself from what I think is not good for me. And the things I feel like I can handle, I take on, which is not always the best thing because I end up in having a tough time anyways, because, you know, if you know you're gonna be weak at something, you can't put yourself in that situation. Like that's just rule number one. If you know you're gonna have a hard time drinking, do not say yes to go down to the bar. Like, and you know, it's just, everybody got their own thing, but that's at the end of the day, I think that's what it boils down to. We can't lie to ourselves at that much, you know. Really can't. That'll be delusional at that point to say, this is not what I want to do, but I'm just gonna go ahead and be in that space. I'm gonna be in that mindset anyways. It's what you want to do. Your mind is made up. You know, it gets really deep. And I don't have it all figured out. I like to help people. I was actually talking recently with two people, one of my boys and my brother. And my boy was like, you know, he wants to start sharing videos on YouTube. And he said he's going through so much right now that he wants to have the answers before he puts it out. He wants to have the answer to the problem, and then boom. If y'all need to have the same problem, boom, I got the answer. I'm like, word, I feel that. And then I replied like, I don't feel like there's anything wrong also with not having an answer. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like either way, you know, he's not wrong. You know, but I feel like there's beauty. For me personally, I like to just share. And I might not have the answer to some of the things I'm talking about. Y'all might not know everything I'm going through, you know. So I feel like the answers will come. And maybe me sharing this, someone else can be like, oh, that is the answer. Like you said it, and maybe I didn't realize it, but you figured it out. Maybe you pointed it out. You're like, oh no, yeah, that's the answer. Like that's the missing piece of the puzzle I've been thinking, and then boom, it clashed together. And just because I made this video, so and so got helped, and now they got some information that could help me, and then boom, boom, boom. I feel like that's what it's about. That'll always be what it's about. People helping people. That's the most powerful thing. That's the most powerful thing, I feel like. And then my brother was saying, like, yeah, he wants to be able to share his thoughts on, you know what I'm saying, YouTube as well. And I just feel like everybody has a voice. I feel like everybody has something to say. Everybody can I feel like everybody can sing. I feel like you just have a voice. Like, you seen the movie Happy Feet? Boom, boom, boom. And like, they expect everybody to be able to dance. Not everybody to be able to sing. But homeboy was dancing. But that was his way of music. Can't take away somebody's way of music, the way they express themselves. You can't take that away. And don't ever let anybody take that away from you, whether it's art, singing, sitting in silence. If that's your art, if that's your way of expressing yourself, like, don't let nobody take that away from you. For real. That's real life. So, yeah, got really deep there. For a second. I didn't think we were gonna get there, but that's the beauty of these videos, though. I think I'm talking as if someone's here, but I'm like I'm just talking to the camera. But I believe what I'm saying, and I don't know who's gonna see this, but I believe it can help. I do. Because it's helped me, you know. I feel like I'm in a good position to talk about this. I feel like otherwise I wouldn't be talking about this. It just wouldn't come out. Like, there's no script. I don't have a script here. Like, I'm just talking, just having a conversation. And to whom I'm having that conversation to, then, you know, but right now I guess I'm speaking to the person that I feel like I'm helping. And if that's multiple people, then great. Even better. You know, let's reach more people. At the end of the day, we're just trying to get the truth out there. We're just trying to get what's real and what works and what doesn't. You know, everybody tries all type of things. Let's see what works, what doesn't. And then if it works for me, I'll try it. If it doesn't, it might not work for me. And that's just fine. That's perfectly fine. But thanks again for another episode. Thanks for hanging in there. Till next time, let's see what we talk about next.